Such a great guitar. Such a great guitar. I love it. What's up, buddy? We're back playing some music tonight. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you guys what. We don't have too much of a show that's like actually planned out tonight. I was feeling a little sick before the show, so I'm going to try and I'm trying to muscle my way through this, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay for the most of the show. Man, you know what I've been getting into a little bit? I've been watching some videos and checking out some stories and stuff like that. I've been learning about Batman. Sometimes something just pops up and you're like, "Oh, I don't know anything about this. I should really learn as much as I can." So I started learning about Batman. It was really funny. What's funny about that is I used to work at a guitar shop that also sold they used to sell books and stuff too. And it sounds funny because you're like, "What kind of guitar shop is that?" It was basically like a glorified pawn shop. So they had like video game section, they had a vinyl record section, but they also had a large guitar section. And so I used to be the guitar guy there. I would talk about the instruments, things like that. I was also the CDs and vinyl guy. But my main expertise was in guitars. So if anyone brought in a guitar, because people often do, they bring in guitars to sell. I was the guy who did that. But what was interesting was we had a huge comic book section too. We literally had like 2 or 3 comic guys. And they would tell us what's expensive, what's not, things like that. They weren't like experts, but they were very knowledgeable. They were very nice people. And we used to hang out there, and you think I would have learned a little bit about comics, and I got a little tiny bit of osmosis information about comics. But yeah, I was reading about Batman earlier, and I was like, dude, this guy's pretty sick. I could see why people really like Batman. Like, if you look at all the other DC comic dudes, they're kind of, in my opinion, they're kind of lame. Like, Aquaman sounds kind of dumb. He's a fish guy. You know what I mean? Is there an Aquaman fan? Have you guys ever met an Aquaman fan? I don't know. Oh, thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate that, man. We're just kind of talking about music, or not music. We're talking about Batman right now. But anyways, yeah. So Aquaman's kind of weird. The Flash is pretty cool. I like the Flash, but for the most part, I think it's just Batman. If you think about DC, is anybody like a Superman fan? The only person that I know is like a Superman fan is Jerry Seinfeld. So just goes to show how popular he is. You know what I mean? But yeah, so and then you got Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's kind of weird. Like, is anybody a huge Wonder Woman fan? Anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is that like DC basically has Batman, and then there's a bunch of really small. They're big in power, but they're kind of like not that important superheroes. And then you get to like Marvel, and it's a whole different story. But the whole point I'm trying to make here is like I didn't know anything about Batman, so I was like, I'll learn about Batman as much as I can. And apparently there's some really cool comics and things like that, some great ideas, but Batman's such a weird superhero because like on paper, it is pretty interesting. It is pretty cool. I do like certain aspects about it, right? But then there's other aspects where you're just like, what were they thinking? I get why they did certain things like Robin, like Batman and Robin. I don't get why. Why do they have to be a dynamic duo? Why can't it just be Batman, sometimes Robin? Like if Robin needs help with something. Because like, shouldn't Robin be doing something else? He's just a kid. You know, I get it, but I don't know. It's just and also his costume kind of sucks. Like everything about Robin kind of sucks. Can we agree on that? The only time Robin was cool was when he was on that show Teen Titans. That was a pretty badass show. But then it made sense though, because he was like part of a group. He was like a part of a group that fought problems. But when you're with Batman, it just becomes like you're just Batman's sidekick. Why don't you just be Robin that sometimes hangs out with Batman? You know what I mean? That just makes sense to me. So yeah, anytime somebody brings up Batman, I'm like, this is cool. But there's all these like weird kind of things in orbit that make it really odd and not fun. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Well, again, if they're put together, it just I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. We're talking about guitar music and streaming, but I'm kind of on a Batman tirade right now. But yeah, I was watching. I never played the game Injustice, which is that fighting game, which is like over 10 years old now. But I remember that being at the store when it came out because I used to work at the that store that had a bunch of stuff at the guitar shop. And anyways, I remember when that game came out, I didn't play it, and then I watched a cutscene compilation, like the movie of Injustice, the video game. But I was amazing. I was like really happy with it. The second one was terrible. I watched the second one. I was like, this is dumb. There's a lot of filler, and it's mostly the poor setups for fights and stuff. But the first game's great, dude. The first game is legitimately very cool to watch. I highly recommend if anybody has any passing interest in like superheroes and comic book and bullshit like that, go check out Injustice, the first game. You can just watch the cutscenes on YouTube if you want to, but it's pretty cool. Like, it's a pretty well written story. It's pretty airtight. It makes perfect sense. So, well, it makes as much sense as you can for a superhero movie, you know. But it's cool. It's fun. If you don't know what it is, it's a what if Superman became evil essentially. And it's like, how could Superman be evil? That doesn't make sense. You got to watch it. You kind of go, oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the second one's terrible. The whole thing is just very dumb. Why don't sequels work? Sequels are a very, very interesting concept because, like, there's very few movies and very few direct sequels to something, whether it be a book or whatever. They just don't work that well. You know what I mean? They don't work incredibly well. Unless of course, you're like Alien and Aliens, perfect sequels. Then you have Terminator and Terminator 2, perfect sequels. Ironically, James Cameron involved in both of those, so make of that what you will. Don't know how to do that. Then you have, for example, see, there you go. Blake said that. My examples. I said that first. And then you have Back to the Future. Second Back to the Future is an excellent movie. Little odd, but it still works very, very well. Lord of the Rings, but that's a bit of a different story too because they're not technically sequels. It's all kind of like one long story. There's different books. But it is like a whole overarching, narrative kind of thing. So it was planned out. Also, you have Tolkien. So Tolkien's just like an amazing writer. What? Should we look that up? Lord of the Rings are boring. You would put Lord of the Rings and Hunger Games even on the same page? That's crazy. That's like saying, I don't know, man, unboiled rice and literally the greatest thing I've ever tasted are pretty boring. Yeah, never got into Hunger Games, but Lord of the Rings is incredible. Dude, they're so good. Let's look up best sequels of all time. Let's look that up real quick. What do you guys think? Let's look up best sequels of all time. Let's check this out. Actually, you know what? We'll put it on. Let's put it on. We'll put it on over here. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. Oh, Dark Knight. Yeah, that's an incredible sequel. Yeah, I could put that on there. I could see that. Godfather Part 2. That's a great movie. Toy Story 2. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Oh, I didn't like Mad Max Fury Road. I'm probably one of the only people in the world that didn't like it as much. I really liked the first two. Even the first one can be a little boring. But Blade Runner 2049. Probably better than the first one, I would say. Empire Strikes Back, yeah. Noticing a theme here. Everything I said is true. Everything I said is true so far. I said Terminator 2. I said Aliens. I said Lord of the Rings. Look at that. What else we got here? Spider-Man 2. Awesome. 2049. I said that. Excellent. Excellent movies. Indiana Jones. A perfect triple threat. Excellent movies. Evil Dead 2, which is kind of technically a remake, so that doesn't count. I never watched any of the later Mission Impossible movies, honestly. Mission Impossible Fallout. Did anybody watch the Mission Impossible movies? I only saw like the first two, which I enjoyed, but they didn't like leave a huge mark. Mission Impossible, Top Gun 2. I didn't watch Top Gun 2. I didn't check it out. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. That sounded like the dumbest movie I've ever heard in my life, but a lot of people really like it, so I probably should give it a chance, but I'm not going to. Let's see here. Rotten Tomatoes. Let's go with IMDb. Let's go with my IMDb. IMDb is more trustworthy as far as the rankings go. Oh, I need to watch Rocky too. I watched the first Rocky. That's it, which is apparently weird. Most people watch all of them. So, never watched Superman 2. That seems dumb. Superman, the original Superman movies, seemed kind of silly. Christopher Reeve, Superman. What else we got here? X-Men 2 was pretty damn good. I did enjoy this. And Born Supremacy. Those were great. Those were excellent movies. I agree. Aliens is on there. Patriot Games is a sequel? Excuse me? I said Back to the Future Part 2. We talked about that. Oh, yeah. Well, technically all the Marvel movies are kind of sequels, so that doesn't really count, in my opinion. But I guess it does. Yeah. I would say the best Marvel movie is Infinity War, for sure. For sure. That was like our Empire Strikes Back. That was a really intense moment. To have like a year or two before the next one came out, we didn't know what happened. God, what a great movie. That should be higher up here. Let's see here. Beverly Hills Cop. Never really watched it. Didn't pay attention to it. It's probably a great movie. Lethal Weapon. I heard that was really good. Harry Potter movies. I think the best Harry Potter movie is the third one, but I don't know. It's when they kind of figured it out. Oh, Fast and the Furious. Anybody a Fast and the Furious guy? I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that. Let's see here. Endgame was kind of silly. It got a little silly towards the middle part because it's like a time travel movie. But it was, I don't know, it just didn't come together. Like it needed a lot of editing too, in my opinion. They kind of rushed it, and you could tell. Yeah, Infinity War was better for sure. What do we got here? Another Rambo. Oh, we got First Blood, Rambo 3. What else we got in here? Road Warrior. Yeah, a lot of these are science fiction. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Basically, if you have a good science fiction platform, the sequel is going to be better than the first. I think that's what it is. Yamaha said I leaked Endgame spoiler to hundreds of people. Why would you do that? You know what's funny? Is that I purposefully did not learn anything about Infinity War. Because I'm aware of Spider-Man and I'm aware of Iron Man and all that stuff. But, like, I didn't read the comics, but I did kind of stay away from Wikipedia articles. I did stay away from, like, explanation videos when Infinity War came out. And somebody, just like you, Yamaha, did the same thing to me. They spoiled part of it, and I was like, what the why? I even specifically said, like, whoa. I purposefully did not read Infinity War, anything about it, because I wanted to watch the movie as it's intended. And the guy, like, looked at me like, screw you, I'm going to tell you what happens anyways. I hated that guy. Fun fact, that guy went to jail. So screw that guy. That guy sucked. Yeah, he used to be same place I used to work at with the guitar shop with all the other stuff. Yeah, he was stealing stuff from the register. What a dumbass. That guy sucked shit, man. That guy was awful. I'm glad he went to jail. I hated that guy. I quit my job because of him. He became such a pain in the ass. I don't know why they hired him. I don't know what they were thinking, but he was so rude. Unbelievably rude guy. Unbelievable. I hated that guy so much. It was terrible. But yeah, he spoiled Avengers Infinity War. Not for everything, but he kind of did. Basically, what he did was I was in the middle of it was like a radio thing. We had like what was it called? Radio earpieces, so that we could talk to somebody. It was like, I could be like, hey, somebody needs help, blah 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 at the front. Hey, do we have this in the back? Can you check the back real quick? That kind of thing. And somebody was like, oh, I can't wait to see Infinity War this weekend. Is anybody going? And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to be going to go see that. And then somebody went, I can't believe what they did with the movie because this in the book. And I went, whoa, wait. Before you say anything, I haven't read anything about the book. I purposefully been staying away from it. Can you, not say anything? I know that it's been out for years, but I've been saving myself so I could watch the movie completely blind. And then he just said it anyways. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. I hate you. Dude, wouldn't it be cool if that guy got struck by lightning? While he's in jail. That'd be awesome. Yeah, people that do that, man. Yamaha, why'd you do that, man? What are you, cool? You think you're cool for screwing things up for people? How dare you? I like how Yamaha's saying lock them up. Meanwhile, Yamaha is the one apparently spoiling things for people. Yo, let's go check out that guy's channel real quick. Hold on. Let me see that. Ocelot Boy Gaming. What a stupid name. What are you? Metal Gear Solid? Oh, I'm going to go check out that guy's channel. Wow, dude. This guy sucks. 66 subscribers. What's up, guys? And welcome to my channel where we'll play Minecraft and Roblox. How about you play not being a fucking loser, man? Why don't you play getting a girlfriend? You ever think about that? Why don't you play not being a troll on your main account where everybody can see all your shit? Idiot. God, you know, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if we could see that down voting button. We should it'd be nice to be able to see that again, because then you could look at the guy's stuff and be like, oh, this guy is terrible. I don't know why people troll on their main accounts sometimes. It's really weird. Hey! Oh, brother, this guy stinks! You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, man? Did I ever tell you guys... Oh, no, I gotta tell you guys a story. Did I ever tell you guys the story about when there was this Brazilian... Shout out to Brazil. There was a Brazilian YouTube channel that stole my Minecraft account. Did I ever tell you guys about this? This is 100% true. So back in 2021, I was like, you know what I haven't played in a long time? I want to get back into Minecraft. Because I go back to Minecraft every so often to try and play it. Because I never beat it. I never got to the dragon and stuff. And I went to go play my game, and I noticed the skin for my character was different. It was like a duck. I was like, what? Why is my character a duck? That doesn't make sense. And then I noticed my username changed too, and I went, whoa. Oh my God, did somebody hack my account? Because my account, literally, I made it in 2010, right? I made it years and years ago when it first came out. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. So somehow, obviously what happens is, if you don't know, you go to Target, you go to Walmart, you go to some stupid website, and you make an account. If you have a generic password, which don't do that, but when you're younger, you kind of don't think about that stuff. I had a generic password for some things, and apparently my Minecraft password was a password for something else. So if you crack one of them, you kind of crack them all. If you use a generic password, that's why you don't use that. And apparently I used my Minecraft password. So somebody got my Minecraft password, and then they posted it online. And again, this was before I was streaming and all that stuff. And what ended up happening is some guy on Instagram apparently was buying and selling passwords for Minecraft, and he apparently found one. So what I did is as soon as I noticed my channel, or not my channel, my character, my Minecraft account got messed up, I was like, okay, I got to figure out who took it. So I just looked at the username, and I'll see if I can find it for us, because it is really funny. It was like Toon Man or Toon Jam, Toon or something like that. But yeah, so some dude took my account, and then because it's still on my email address, so I don't know why they would do that. So he had my email address. So I just changed my password. And then after, not even a day or two, it was very short, I got an email in broken English, obviously, because he didn't speak English, so he's trying to translate it. But it was basically like, please give me my account back, please. And I was just like, oh my God, what's going on here? So what ended up happening is he knew my email address, and so he looked it up for my Minecraft stuff, And apparently he was a YouTuber. He did YouTube, and he played Minecraft on YouTube down in Brazil. And I was like, what the hell? So I looked up his account, and he had not that many not that many subscribers and followers, but he had enough. He had enough to where it was like, okay, that'd be annoying. I think he had like 10,000 or 5,000 like viewers, but it was the worst channel. You know what I mean? It was the worst channel. It was just like a bunch of clickbait. It was a bunch of nonsense. You could just tell by the thumbnails. So I messaged him back. I'm like, no, dude, why did you steal my account? You could have just bought, like, is Minecraft that expensive 10 years later? No, of course not. So, yeah, the guy stole my account, and I ruined like 5,000 little kids' lives by, destroying their favorite Minecrafter or something. So it was ridiculous. Oh my God. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick, though. Hold on. Because I know it's still in my email. It's still somewhere. I'm going to look up Minecraft. I'll see if I can find him. See if we can pull up his old channel. You know what I mean? There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to get this guy's channel back. But I remember we found it on an older stream. This was like 2 years ago when I first started streaming on TikTok. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, he still has his channel up. What an idiot. But yeah, I want to see if I can find it on this one. But yeah, if you guys got questions about guitar or music streaming, let me know. But very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, there's a way to find it. Hold on. I think I can do this. I'm going to look up my Minecraft email account. Let me see if we can find it. Account. I'm going to sign in. I'm just going to say everything I'm looking at out loud so somebody can steal my account. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. None of those. That's very funny. Let's try that one. Oh, I got to authenticate? Dude. Just goes to show, man, some of this stuff is so silly. Like, I get that my account got hacked, but that's because I was using a password that was, like, shared with other things. But it's very funny to see that this thing's still going on. You have to get an authenticator for a video game. For a video game. You know what I mean? Kind of silly. All right, so let's see here. Authenticator. That's not right. All right, well, I'm not going to do this right now, apparently. Can I use my... Okay, can we do that? We're updating our terms. Cool. Thank you, Microsoft. Is your info still accurate? Yeah, it looks good. No, skip that. Dwayne says, I'm sorry about my request yesterday. I didn't read the full instructions. It's cool, dude. You don't have to worry about that. Let me explain something. If you send a request for a song, it's fine, dude. It's all forgiven. A lot of people come in here and they don't read anything. Don't worry about that. But when people ask for something and we tell them, we go, hey, man, you got to read like a little bit. And then they ignore it and they just keep asking. That's when people get mad. That's when people get super upset. I might not have even been talking to you necessarily because a lot of people ask the same questions and stuff. So, again, not mad necessarily, but I am just like, yeah, you guys got to read. You know what I mean? All right, we'll stay signed in. Let's see. We're trying to find out who hacked my Minecraft account from years ago. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's right. I have two different accounts. I forgot. Because when they switched from, I know it's called Mojang, but I'm going to say Mojang because I'm not going to say it like that. Yeah, when Mojang changed it from when it was just the Mojang or whatever the account thing was, and they switched to Microsoft, that's when a lot of this stuff went away. So, and it was right before that, I think. So, let me check my account real quick. Profile, account. Okay, nothing's there. I'm still trying to find this real quick. Let's see here. Zoe says, could someone purchase things in-game with your card if they stole your account? Depends, but yeah, for some things, yes. I don't think on Minecraft, no. Because I think I had Java Edition, which there's like nothing to buy on Java. So that's the good part. I can't find it. I know I want to see if I can find my sent emails. See if I can find this. Hold on. I'm going to type in Instagram because that's what he told me. He's like, I found it on Instagram. Please, funny man, don't destroy my account. And I was like, too late, Buster. And I got him. That's why you don't steal accounts. It's stupid. Okay, is there anything? Can I see like the oldest sent request? Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I thought so. It's not showing me all my sent emails. There we go. Okay, I know what to do. I know what to do, everybody. Everybody relax! Minecraft. No, not that. Okay, we're going to go to the other one. Let's check this out. Sent emails. Please load. There we go. I've never talked about Minecraft in this. Did I delete those emails? Oh, well. Well, I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I'm going to see if I can find it off the show, but... Or maybe I won't. Do not redeem it! That is funny. Minecraft is a great game. I played Minecraft when it was an alpha. Did I tell you guys this? I played Minecraft when it was an alpha. So they didn't even have weather in the game. I think it rained. There was no snow. There was no snow in the game when it first came out. The beds were all red. It didn't matter what you were doing. It was a red bed. And I remember I built a bunch of sections of my map where I had a forest temple, I had a fire temple, I did like these like puzzle areas. It was like a game within a game kind of thing. And when they updated the weather, like there was a bunch of snow in the forest area, and I was like, damn it! Now it's the snow forest area. I can't believe it. I was very upset by that. You know what I mean? So I remember that. I remember I used to go to what was it called? There's this guy had a channel, or not a channel. He had a server because I didn't know how servers worked. I was like 17 or 18 at the time or something like that. And I used to go to his server all the time, and my girlfriend at the time, we used to play Minecraft together. My brother, for example, he would play Minecraft. There was this guy. Okay, I got to tell you guys something. This is really interesting. So there was this guy. I'll never forget this. I don't remember his name, but I'll never forget what happened. There was a guy that wanted to be friends with me and my girlfriend. And it was like, okay, that's fine. But he was like weirdly creepy. Not in like a weird, like a sexual way, but like he just kind of he just did not understand personal boundaries as far as asking questions and being, he's just a little too persistent about stuff. For example, he tried to add me on Facebook. And I was like, how did you figure out my Facebook? Like, I don't remember ever telling you my whole name. That was really weird. And then he tried to add my girlfriend. He tried to add my brother. My brother at the time was like 13. So I was like, why are you adding all my family members and friends and people like that? Like, you don't know them. Like, he barely knew me. And then when I wouldn't add him, he like asked me about it. Oh, it was so weird. That guy was a freak. That guy was so weird. Yeah, it was an odd experience. I can't remember what happened, but I think I just blocked him. I was just like, stay away from me, and I just kept playing on the server. Yeah, he would like show up at my house in Minecraft. He'd like hang out with me, and I'm like, okay. Well, I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. Can you leave me alone? Essentially. God, dude, it's such an and you know what's really weird too is Zoe says, oh my gosh, that's wild. A lot of girls experience that, and it's like a daily occurrence, and it's so weird. Like the difference between, I'm not a big fan of like going into like gender topics, but the difference between most men online and most women online, and again, this is typical. It's not everybody. But I remember that this is true too. This is a situation that my cousin's friend got into. So I remember me and my cousin were hanging out, and we were like Googling some funny stuff. And we were Googling his roommate who was with us at the time. And we were like, we're going to look up whatever his name is. I'm going to say his name's Alex. We're going to look up Alex's stuff online. We're going to see what Alex is like online. And we typed in his full name and Google, and then we found like a dating profile. And it was like some really weird off-brand dating website. And what happened was the he was like, I didn't make that profile. We thought he was joking, like he was embarrassed. Oh, online dating, that's so weird. It's like, dude, it's 2025. Like, relax. Anyways, so we were looking at his profile. And he's like, no, I didn't make that. Somebody took my pictures and made a profile on that website. And we were like, really? He's like, yeah. And we're like, you're kidding. And he's like, no, dude, I'm being 100% serious. And we're like, okay. So, and I had an idea. I said, look, why don't we make a fake profile? We'll just pull up a girl. We just typed in hot girl on Google Images. And so we made a fake profile on this dating website to like catfish him, to talk to the catfish, how to catfish a catfish. And I'm not kidding. I've never experienced this in my life. As soon as we made a fake girl profile, within, not a joke, probably 1 minute, maybe 5 minutes, we had probably 100 messages. I'm not kidding you. It was like, baby girl, will you talk to me? Come on. How are you doing? Just terrible. Within 1 minute, just tons of people trying to talk to us. And there was no profile. There was no information. It was one picture that, like, if you just reverse Google image searched it, it just pulled up on Google Images, and it was just like hot girl. So clearly wasn't a real profile. So we were trying to figure that we got sidetracked by the whole who's the real profile, who's this really? Is this how it is for a lot of women online? Like, because I've never experienced that. For most people, I would say, most guys, obviously we put a hot girl, whatever, but it was just like so alien to see people like flooding the chat. So and that kind of opened my eyes up a little bit, because this was a couple of years ago. It opened my eyes up. It's like, dude, there's a famous saying, which is men and women are dying of thirst. Women are in an ocean and men are in a desert. Whereas, like, and the illusion there is women get tons of unwanted and unnecessary attention, but they, obviously if they drink the water, they'll dehydrate, they'll die. And then men don't get any attention for the most part, typically speaking. Even if you're an attractive man, you still get some. But it was just very interesting to see that juxtaposition, like, boom, you instantly understood what was going on. You're like, wow, okay, I had a completely misunderstood feeling about how it is for people online. Okay. So you get your biases and like stuff like that. So back to the whole Minecraft thing. It was just like, it does not happen often that people harass people like that, or at least I didn't experience that. But meanwhile, my girlfriend at the time, she probably dealt with that on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Just creepy guys trying to talk to her. Just people like just watching her playing Minecraft in the room. Just like, what? So it just kind of happens. Yeah, exactly. Zoe said the people harass you on Roblox. Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous. It's weird how there's like that weird kind of divide that a lot of guys will never experience that. It'll never pop in their head. I mean, some people say they understand it, right? Some people talk about how they understand it, but it doesn't. There's some bridges that words cannot cross, but only experience can, right? So, yeah, you just won't understand that feeling until you kind of have to trick the system a little bit. You have to be like, oh, what is it like for this person? And then you realize, oh my God, this is terrible. This is every day. This is every minute. Oh my God, everywhere you go. So it's very weird how Minecraft inadvertently kind of showed people that behavior. And then, a simple, oh, my friend, somebody's catfishing his profile, let me see what's going on with that, can really open your eyes to this kind of weird point of view on the world. So it's really odd. And you know what? That's not the first time like somebody was being creepy towards me as far as like in a video game. There's been lots of situations in my life, like not a joke. Recently, this was obviously if you're like a mildly public figure, if you're on the internet, you're streaming and things like that, your personal life is as personal as you want it to be. It's as private as you want it to be. But I remember there was a girl that was in Germany. Excuse me. And I had to ban her from all my platforms because what she was starting to do was, like, she used to follow me on TikTok, and she spoke like broken English because, she's in Germany. Not everybody speaks perfect English over there, even though a lot of people do. And she would try to talk to me through the chat, and it was really weird. And you could tell it was not like a friendly way. It was like a very, intimate way. And I'm like, okay, you got to relax. This is being weird. You're in a chat room with other people. This is weird. Please don't talk to me like that. Even if it was private, don't talk to me like that, right? And then when I would block her on one, she would go to the next one, and then she'd go to the next one, and then she'd go to the next one. She did not understand what was going on. It was so weird. So, I mean, again, that doesn't happen often, but there have been people in my life, man, and they don't know how to let stuff go. They don't know how to, like, leave me alone with certain things. They don't pick up the hint. They can't read the room. It's very odd. So, I don't know. I don't know why people do that, man. And then you have the person on Minecraft who stole my account. But again, that was because of a security flaw with my stuff. That's why I always advocate on here, like all the time when people talk about like when kids talk about their ages and stuff like that. I'm like, don't say that. You have no idea who's on here. There's a bunch of weirdos, man. Like me, for example, like recently, like with that German lady. Like, I'm in my 30s, dude. Like, I'm old enough to take care of myself. I know how to, talk to people, be secure as much as I can be. And still people do that. It's like, what is wrong with you? Clearly something is. It's very strange. But all right, Blake actually has a question that's on topic. So sorry, I kind of rambled. Hey, Pat, I made a short covering a little bit of Old Soul. The picture quality is iffy, and I think I messed up the chord once or twice. That's kind of how that goes. Do you think you could check it out after the stream, please? Yeah, sure, why not? I could check it out. Which part? Are you talking about the main part where it's like... I mean, that's pretty much the whole song. Did you post it to the Discord? If you post it to something, I can actually click on it and look at it. So there's a higher chance I'll be able to remember it. So, no, just YouTube. Yeah, make sure you post the YouTube link or something on the Discord, or something where I can click it. You know what I mean? Man, slow night for YouTube right now, isn't it? You think it's because I wasn't playing as much guitar? You think it's because I was just kind of rambling? Probably. Well, I'll tell you what we could do probably is we can talk about some more of these topics. Let's see. Let's go check out. I know that Moist Critical. He kind of just goes on Reddit. I noticed that. So if you go on Reddit, you go to the top stories of Reddit. He just kind of, this is my opinion, he just kind of goes to whatever's the most popular story at the moment. He talks about it. And it's like, what? What are you I mean, you can. It's not gonna, there's no reason not to, but it's just kind of funny to do that. That's funny. Oh my God, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Hold on. Can we look at this? The pickles on the Big Mac, McDonald's burgers, are now thicker than the patty. That's a big joke, dude. No way. That's insane. I mean, it's been a joke for a long time that their burgers are getting thinner and thinner and thinner, but that's outrageous. That's inconceivable. That is ridiculous, and they're charging more too. You think it's because people just don't eat McDonald's as much, and they're kind of what's the word? They're kind of just exacerbating the problem. I like pickles too. Pickles are badass. But let's see what else we got here. Bread and buried. Bread mold. Ew, I don't know what that is. That's a fish. All right. Fake stuff. All right. Oh my God, I think I know where that is. There's my friend got married, and I remember going to the bathroom at this like cabin house he rented, and it was just full of like weird racist caricature shit. I remember this. I think I've been to this place. Or maybe they just happen to look the same. But it's just full of like that obscure, odd, weird part of time. It was in the South. It was in when I used to live in Virginia. Virginia's weird because half of Virginia's in the South. Like it really is. But landmass wise, it's almost all the South. It is the South. But then as the closer you get to Washington, D.C., the more north it becomes. So you don't see a lot of this stuff. But, dude, it's insane how that's there. I understand there's a point of view which is like, oh, it's history. It's just, it's part of our culture. It's like, you don't have to celebrate it. It's kind of weird, too, in my opinion. I don't know why you'd want, hey, remember when we were all racist? And then somebody goes, what do you mean used to be? That's essentially what's going on. Yamaha says, cool piece of history. What? You think it's cool to be racist, dude? What? What are you talking about? I don't think that's cool. I think that's fucking weird, man. You literally said cool piece of history. What are you talking about? Oh, man. Yeah, you better explain that or you're out of here, Yamaha. Jesus Christ. Look at this. This is crazy. There's a difference between, like, saying, I understand this is a piece of history, but I don't think decorating your bathroom filled with it is I don't think that makes sense. Again, that's the whole, remember when we used to be racist? It's like, what do you mean used to be? That's the impression it gives, man. That's weird. I don't get that. How rare is your intelligence type? These are stupid. All right, what else we got on here? These are just the big. Oh, this lady's going down. Boom! Got her. This lady's going down. Oh, no, she's still up. Oh, she's out. Sorry about that. Dog eating food. Cool, whatever. Bunch of crap. Forgot I had a packet of butter in my pocket. Excuse me? Reached for my keys, and this was the result. Oh, the old butter keys thing. Yucky. Gross. All right, whatever. We don't have to look at Reddit. I actually try not to go on Reddit at all anymore. I've been going to Reddit for like 10 years, man. A little over that, maybe. Yeah, I think like 14 years. And I've finally kind of been like, maybe this is just not worth it anymore. Like, I get the idea of getting news, but it's just, everybody on there just kind of sucks. I've gotten a lot of information, but you just become so argumentative and rude about stuff. And I know I can do that, but I feel like, in my opinion, Reddit is essentially people who don't like talking to people meeting other people that don't like talking to people and then trying to talk to each other. That's the impression I get from Reddit. It's a bunch of people that hate each other. You know what I mean? Not every place, but most of that place. So at least that's what, maybe it's just the subreddits I go on. Maybe that's just a self-projection kind of thing. Who knows? I'd say probably. But I'm trying not to do that. This is a very slow show today. Anyone notice that? Is anything going on today? Did something happen? Is the internet down? Do people just hate Minecraft? What's happening with that? That's a really odd. Yeah, because usually we have at least some people asking for songs. There's usually some people coming in and being like, hey, can you tell me about this? Hey, we had the Despacito kid, but after that, nothing. That's really weird. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Switch out of mine, please. Yeah, can we all pretend to be annoying for a second? All right, cool. The weather is bad, that is true. But I don't think it's going to affect that many people, you think? The weather has been bad, at least on the Midwest, East Coast, all that stuff. You think it was because I was mean to that one kid who was being annoying? Should we learn some Ozzy? Maybe we should learn some Black Sabbath. Maybe that is the move. Maybe that's what we should do. Oh, you know what? I got to tell you guys something. This is really funny. I don't know. I don't think anybody has noticed this. But I've been playing with a broken string on this guitar for like the past 2 months. Did anyone notice that? I have no sixth string. I have no high E string on this guitar. I've been doing that. I was waiting for somebody to notice, but nobody said anything. So I just like, all right, whatever. I thought that was really funny. Onion says, "Play me a song because I have no money." There you go. Let's put a string on it. Let's put a smile on that face. Dude, that movie was so good when it came out. I saw that in theaters. That was a great experience. I could not believe how good The Dark Knight was. Incredible experience. The only movie where Batman plays basically the side character. Can you imagine? All of those other ones, insane. Ernie Ball? Yeah, I like Ernie Ball. Also, if anybody wants to buy this guitar that I play on the show, there is a used one available. So you can buy it if you want to. I think it's like $200. I was strongly debating buying another one. Whoops. Hold on. Ah! It slipped out. So if you want to play the exact model, it's out there and it's cheap too. It's really cheap. Oh my god, dude, please. What is happening? There we go. Good lord. Could not get that string in. Yeah. Yeah, Zoe, there you go. Isn't that weird how people do that? Have you guys noticed a lot of people do that? It's a very common kind of like con, you know? Kurt Cobain died a long time ago. So would you play every Nirvana song in chronological order? Now, funny man, now! That's hysterical. Yeah, once I pointed it out, I was like, you guys don't feel too bad for these people. Most of them are grifters. And it's okay to ask somebody stuff. If it really is true, then cool, so do whatever you want. But just know I'm not going to do anything for you. That's incredibly rude to do to people. I ate my grandma and took forever because she was huge. I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. There we go. That's so funny. Is that from Moana? Oh, I didn't watch that. Is that a good movie? What's up with Disney? I mean, this is old treaded ground too, but what's up with Disney making movies that are just like remakes? I guess, you know what? I have a theory. You guys want to hear my theory? It's a little rude. And I don't know how true it is, but part of me thinks it's true. I feel that the only people that are buying media right now, especially like Disney stuff, are people too kind of dumb to realize that streaming's the way to go. Even though, there's arguably a lot of great reasons to buy something physical media-wise. I mean, going to the movies. If you're going to the movies now, and you're complaining about it, it's weird, man. It's a weird experience. Yeah, Disney has not been good for a while. I agree. They've been very strange. They've obviously been kind of riding off the success of Marvel. They annihilated everybody with that. But then they kind of lost the spark. You know what I mean? This is really weird. Let's see how this goes. What? Oh, it finally happened. The output jack fell in. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a nice little trick to fix this. I was waiting for this to happen. The output jack fell into the guitar. You guys want to see how to fix this? So if this ever happens to you, you'll be okay. I was waiting for this to happen because the nut on this was starting to have issues. I should have fixed it earlier, but I was like, I think it's fine. Wrong. So what you do is you get a screwdriver. You take out all these screws, which in our case is 2. So we'll pull this. And you're going to see how simple this is to fix. It's a very easy fix. So we got one. I bet you we can just loosen this other one and it'll spin right off. Yep, there you go. All right. So if you don't know what an output jack is, it's the thing that holds the guitar. Did you guys see that? Dude, hold on. It like evaporated. Hold on, let me get this. Oh my god, that's so funny. Harley Benton. It's cheap, but for a reason. Look, okay, you guys can't see this. Let me change the camera angle real quick. Hold on. Do you see this? This is metal. Or it's supposed to be. This is the metal that like cracked off from the output jack. That is so funny. What is this made out of? Kettle? What do they call that? Kettle iron? It's like a bunch of mixed in disgusting metal or something. It feels like plastic, honestly. But yeah, there's another piece right here. Dude, that's so funny. So a part just completely messed it up. No, it's not that it's torqued. It's literally just like disintegrated. Hold on, let me get my needle nose pliers. Yeah, dude, it's an output jack. It doesn't have to be like anything done to it, really. That is so funny. Yeah, if you look, there's no nut right here on the output jack. It's just like a bunch of loose thread. So yeah, that thing disintegrated. Luckily, I can just get a new one. I literally have a whole case of a whole bunch of guitar parts and things like that, just in case. So that is hilarious. Oh my god, dude, that is so funny. That is, it's like, I mean, literally disintegrated. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one real quick. I'll be right back. It's literally right over here. I won't even have to leave the room. So just make sure that thing doesn't fall over. All right, let's see here. Is this one of them? Maybe. This looks right. Should be fine. At least I think so. All right, I think I got it. Do I have a socket? Nah, I'll be fine. All right, so let me fix this for a second. Hopefully this fits, but let's see here. All right, so we should be able to just pull this through. I'm gonna pull this off actually all the way. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm okay with companies kind of cheaping out on certain parts. Because, like, for the money, it's like, really? Do you expect them to really put that much of quality stuff? No. But that is really funny to see that. Like, that's outrageous. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Hey, we got it. Simple as that. All right, you want to put a washer under it, too. That'll help it out. And then you really should get a proper, like a socket on there, but it's fine. There we go. It's nice and taut. All right. Let me get this down now. There we go. Got the screws. That's it. That's it. Guitars are super cheap. Yeah. Well, this one's cheap to begin with. Which, you know what? For how well it plays, yeah, I'm fine with it. Doesn't have to be like super duper reliable. Like they can cheap out on the tuners because that's easy to replace, and I'm more than willing to have something that's a little less expensive and I just fix it later. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's okay. No big deal. Harley Benton made some Mustangs a while back. Yeah. I think the IYV one's the one to get, though. That one's pretty cool. There we go. Output jack, Dunzo. Look at that. Got it. plug it in, and we're good. Onion, thank you for keeping us up to date with your gaming experience. People have to know! You know what? Hold on. I think this actually has to be recessed. Hold on. I think I put it in upside down. I was like, wait, why is this moving? Hold on. I was like, when I was putting it on, I'm like, why is this not lining up? Hold on, we have to fix that. Whoop. Oh, no, it is recessed. Maybe this washer is just too big. Maybe I'll flip it. I'm going to flip it. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, maybe the washer's too big. What's everyone want for Christmas? That's an excellent question. Look at Zoe. The homie. Finals vinyls. Maybe I should try and get them to do a Christmas sale or something. Black Friday. This Black Friday, Finals is doing a sale. No, this is bent. That's how it is. Yeah, I think the washer's just slightly too big. Oh, well. Not a big deal. My washer's too big. Tough. Fire sale. Did anybody notice how a lot of that stuff really wasn't on sale? That was pretty bad. A lot of the stuff I wanted to buy for Christmas and, you know, buy as a gift and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, it's mostly for me. But, yeah, none of that stuff was really on sale, and it was really ridiculous. Some stuff I noticed, and sometimes they do this, but not often, but sometimes they do it, where they go, it's on sale, it's $150 off. It's like, no, you raised it $150. And then it dropped down $150 back to the normal price. You know what I mean? All right, there we go. Now it's not moving as much, actually. Let's try and get that washer on. I think it was the output jack. It wasn't an angle or something. Yeah, that fits like perfectly. What the hell? Maybe the output jack is like stuck against something. I think I might get a washer, actually. Hold on. Let me put this on, tighten by hand real quick, and then I'm going to get the washer to seal the deal. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, give me 1 second, everybody. Yeah, what does everybody want? We got a cat laser. Is that like a weapon? I think I got it. Hold on. Let's see how it fits now. Yeah, you want to get a little socket to actually put on there. Because if you don't do that, what happens is it doesn't tighten properly, blah, blah, blah. Not good. You want to get a new seat for your sim rig? Excuse me? What are you simulating? What does that mean? Sim rig? Like a racing sim? Oh, I see what's going on, yeah. Something's like rubbing against that. So I think when I put it on, it's like off at a weird ankle or something. I think it's rubbing against something on the side. This is really easy, everybody. And then you have to do it 3 times. Hey, we got Pancakes back. What's up, buddy? Did you show up at 9 because that's when we play music? That's funny. You know we start earlier, Pancakes. We used to start at 7. I think we're starting at 8 now. Let me check this out. No, that's really weird. It is like bizarrely tight, though. Like the hole they drilled for it is like almost exactly the right size. It's kind of rubbing on the side. All right, well, that's not my fault. I won't have a problem with it. You just came back from school. Oh, okay, that makes sense. You go to school super late in the day, or is it just normal time for you? It's probably normal time. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna put it on there until I get this on there properly. Proper. Pancakes, are you in? In Asia? Where are you at? Australia? Where are you from? Because the time when you get back from school, or are you in the United States? Are you in the East Coast? You just get home late from East Coast. Drumline class? That's what I thought. Okay. I got my time zones mixed up. There we go. Now we're nice. Let's not over tighten it. All right. Did that move it just now? Yes, it did. I see what's going on. So this thing can't fully tighten because of the hole. It's like at a weird angle. Interesting. All right, let's do the best we can, though. Or is this, or maybe this is just slightly off. Because if you notice, I'm tightening it and then it gets loose. All right, let's just not worry about it too much. You're Canadian. It's on the West Coast. I'm fixing the output jack. Yeah. Or maybe the metal bent a little bit. That's probably what happened. Because if it would be that close of a fit. See, it just moved. What the hell? All right. Well, it is an easy fix, but I guess the parts from Harley Benton are just pretty sloppy. And this is coming from me. Because an output jack is pretty a standard size. All right, let's put the output jack. See how it's like loose? What's up with that? Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about it. Should be okay. Yumi Zumi? What is that? It's a kid's show? Yeah, it's probably don't know it. Nick Jr. I never watched Nick Jr. Let's use the tuner, shall we? Peppa Pig? I never watched that. I've seen clips online. You know what's really weird? When you have kids, there's this moment where you actually start watching the kids shows with the kids. It's very funny how that works. For those of you wondering, no, I do not have kids. At least not that I know of. But yeah, you do. You know, you have younger siblings, stuff like that. You hated Peppa Pig? I never watched it. Like I know Bluey's the one right now everybody likes. That's one of them. I think so. I watched you change into a fly. Yeah, something's wrong with the stream, 100%. You know why? I'll tell you why. We've only had 100 viewers in the past hour. Something's wrong. I think I'm going to restart the stream, you guys. See what's going on with that. Something's wrong with the stream, so don't go anywhere. I'll be back. Yeah, we only had 100 viewers. Something's definitely wrong. So I gotta come back.